She spat in his face as thousands cheered, and 30 seconds later she was carried out on a stretcher. No pride, no glory. No one understood what had just happened. They only knew that from the moment on, the entire galaxy feared one thing: silence. She spat in his face as thousands cheered, and 30 seconds later, she was carried out on a stretcher. No pride, no glory. No one understood what had just happened. They only knew that from the moment on, the entire galaxy feared one thing: silence. He didn't move, he didn't blink, but the entire arena stopped breathing. The crowd had roared for her. The undefeated war goddess of Altheron, Virelia Sol, had just humiliated a so-called human slave in front of trillions. She spat on his chest and called him a beast, but when he looked up, the air changed. No fury, no reaction, just eyes, cold, empty, ancient. Some say he was born in the gravity wells of a forgotten prison moon where screams don't echo because even sound gives up. Others whisper he was part of Project Dead Space, a failed experiment to create soldiers without fear or memory. All we know is he had no name, no clan, no past, just a designation burned into his skin: Unit V Null. And when he looked at her, the entire galactic elite, warriors, kings, executioners, suddenly understood what it meant to feel small. Virelia didn't kill him right away. She wanted the whole galaxy to watch humanity get crushed slowly. Virelia Sol wasn't just a warrior. She was a symbol, a goddess born of war, raised on blood, and devoted to honor like it was an ancient religion. She wasn't evil. To her, humans, those fragile creatures who once begged for aid, simply didn't belong in the arena of noble species. She had watched her father fall during the Fourth Entertainment War, struck down by a squad of Earth mercenaries. It wasn't just loss, it was humiliation, a stain she'd never forgiven. So this time, when she stood across from V-Null, she didn't want a quick kill. She wanted him to beg, to break, to become a permanent warning burned into the galactic record, a reminder of what happens to filthy species like them. But what awaited her wasn't victory. He didn't kill her, he slapped her, and the entire galaxy trembled. No weapons were drawn, no blood was spilled, just a slap. Yet the sound echoed like a verdict across star systems. He didn't strike to kill. He dislocated her shoulder with a light tap, then slapped her, gentle, almost harmless, but the arena went silent. No one could explain why they felt so afraid. She stood frozen, not from pain, but from the emptiness in his eyes. A madman screams, a killer stays silent. Whispers spread like wildfire. If V-Null isn't human, then that slap was how humanity sends a message to the entire galaxy. Because for centuries, an ancient theory has haunted Earth's myths. The ancients sealed an alien entity on Earth long ago. Identity scan, and the question no one wanted to answer. It was just a light slap, but the surveillance system went into full red alert. Before Virelia could regain her composure, an emergency scan of V-Null's identity was launched. Lines of red code blinked on the screen. No clan, no citizenship, no records, no memories. A junior assistant stammered, "He's never undergone formal training." Virelia froze. No training, no organization, no past. Then where did he learn to fight like that? What terrified her wasn't his technique. It was that hollow stare. Not the look of a warrior, but of an abyss that thinks. Then the whispers began to spread like wildfire among the audience. He's not human. He's the embodiment of everyone who ever died for honor. No past, no future, only the present. And this present is enough to tear down an empire. 27 seconds. No words, no blood. But the entire empire knew this was no longer a fight. The second match. And the death no one dares to name. After the slap that echoed louder than a declaration of war, V-Null stepped into the next match. His opponent, Glor Thresh, 200 kilograms, Titan-enhanced arms, had crushed 12 warriors. Thresh roared. V-Null didn't respond, didn't even look. 27 seconds. An elbow to the liver, a sweep to the legs, a precision neck snap, almost surgical. No blood, no screams, no celebration. The only sound left was the thud of flesh hitting the ground, like a machine suddenly shut down. And in that silence, a whisper rose from the crowd. He isn't human. He's the embodiment of every soul who ever died for honor. He didn't defeat her with a strike. He broke her with a look. The match was over, but Varelia sat frozen, eyes locked on the replay. Not to study his moves, but to understand that look. Cold, empty, not hateful, just disappointed. He saw through me and decided I wasn't even worth getting angry at. It wasn't the gaze of a warrior. It was the silent judgment of someone far beyond vengeance. And something new crept in. Shame. I mocked him, but his silence thundered louder than any accusation. That's when the real twist landed. The one who lost on the battlefield wasn't the one truly breaking apart. It was her. From the inside out. She questioned his feelings. The galaxy questioned his existence. Varelia was frozen, but she wasn't alone. Across star systems, analysts, warriors, even bounty hunters all chimed in. No one reacts that fast, unless they can read intent. He dodged a strike before it was thrown, by tilting exactly 4 degrees. An old general whispered, "We're asking the wrong question. It's not who he is, it's who allowed him to exist." No one called him human anymore. They called him something that had been dormant for millennia. A soldier, a weapon, or a nightmare in human form. One man changed the rules without saying a single word. V-Null didn't just defeat opponents, he dismantled an entire culture built on trash talk and pride. Since that second fight, no one dared to brag before battle. Everyone remembered the empty stare, the icy silence, and how his enemies collapsed like they never existed. Councils were forced to establish new regulations, no taunts, no provocation. The name of the law? The V-Null Standard. Not to honor him, but to warn others. Beware, the quiet one is the deadliest. Hay didn't need to make his point, he just stood there, and the galaxy rewrote its rules around him. He silenced an entire galaxy, then vanished like he was never real. 3 days after the V-Null Standard shook the arena system, he disappeared. No one saw him leave. No camera caught it. No logs, no trace. No goodbye, just a void, quiet as a grave. Command tried to pull the combat roster. His name was gone, erased, which was impossible unless authorized by top-tier clearance. Then a leaked anonymous message surfaced. "I wasn't born to fight, I was broken to become a weapon. But then I realized, I don't need to speak. They've already heard me." And across the stars, a chilling truth settled in. Some legends aren't written down. They exist only to remind us that silence can be the loudest scream. He disappeared without a word, but the galaxy still won't shut up about him. There was no statue, no memorial ceremony, only one last image. He walked away, silent, upright, never looking back. And Varelia, the one who once mocked him, now stood before thousands of warriors and confessed, her voice cracking. "He didn't need words. I did. He walked away. I had to stay. And that's why you still remember him." Across military academies on distant worlds, his name is not found in textbooks. Instead, they play a 9-second clip, him staring straight at his opponent, saying nothing. Don't listen to his words. Listen to his silence. Because that silence changed the rules of the galaxy.